Hey, what is up, guys? It is Juicebox, and today we're going to finally do a nice simple build just to walk you guys through a starter base. I know this has been being asked for quite a while, and I gotta be honest, it took me a very long time to do this just because I've been very burnt out with this game. So currently right now I'm just chilling in my space station for my space center. We're just kind of up here. Trying to figure out where we're gonna build this. So we're just gonna do a nice simple two-layered, two-story starter home, and I think we're gonna just kind of do it over here. So I am gonna be using mods just because I do not want to run around and grab materials at the moment, but the stuff that I'm gonna be using isn't gonna be too crazy for you guys to be able to obtain. So here, we'll just make this nice and easy. So let's make this nice. So we'll just level this out. So like any building, chop the trees down, level this all out. So like I said, we're just going to go for something nice and easy, and I'm also going to show you guys how I do the electronic doors that I do. Those come in really handy when like Blood Moon or any type of NPCs come about, and that's primarily just because they know how to open doors, especially during like the eclipse. They can find ways into your base. So I'll show you that nice little trick. It definitely makes life easier. So let's see. Let's throw all that away. And actually, let's just get rid of a lot of this because we'll grab it as we want it. We're gonna need those, and we're gonna need those. So let's see. Don't need that. Nope. Nope. Actually, yeah, we'll run those. Move those over here, and try to organize this decently. Alright, sorry, it's only just kind of started recording, guys, for today. Let's see. So we're gonna go with, so a lot of y'all like the build style that I've been using lately, and that is Dynasty Wood, Yellow Team Brick, Yellow Team Block. We are gonna need some glass on top of that for the doors, and then we're gonna want some meteorite. Let's see. Meteorite, and yeah, we'll start from there. So foundation wise, I always just lay down just some nice little foundation piece right through here. So we'll make it about yay big, why not? And then let's see, I just build a straight box in the beginning, just because we can always go back and figure out what we want the details of this house to be later. What I also do is I use a lot of this yellow team brick, and I'll just build a little bit of steps there, and then same with here, we'll just boink boink. This one's gonna come down twice as much, and now we have that. So what I like to do is anytime I put in a door, I put gold for where it attaches. It's become a design language that I've just kind of used that helps me identify where door placement is. So here to here, and it's made it, as the world gets more complicated and I design crazier and crazier stuff, some of it gets a little hard to visually read, so I had to come up with a design language that allowed me to be able to kind of fly through the map easily without kind of running into things all the time, because that did become an issue. Now, I do like to use the cog wall behind these mechanical doors, just because the way that we were doing them is they're actuated, and I do like that kind of mechanical nature of it. So what I just did there is I also added 2 blue pressure plates, so one here and one there. And then we're going to go into, I also color code all my doors to be blue. The sooner you guys can find a color coding that works for you, the better. And then we'll just connect these two here and connect those two there, and now we have an automated door that we can go through. And since this is a pressure plate that only activates when the player's on it, NPCs and things like that can never pass through it. So let's see, let's make this, let's go back to Dynasty, let's make this a nice clean white house. So let's grab these guys, already has some, go figure. But we will fill this up. We will, let's see, you know what, let's extend this a tiny bit over here. Let's extend that a bit. So now we're going to use this yellow team brick in here so we can kind of fill that form out a bit more. So we got the gold coming into here and the gold coming into there. And you know what, we'll even add another one. Let's do that. And we'll do that because what I want to do is, I did a bunch of lighting experiments a while back, and I found that this living flame block gives a really nice, soft, gentle glow to things. Whereas if you place a lantern down or anything like that, it's a lot brighter. And I personally play a lot during the night, and I like it a little easier on my eyes. Just I prefer also having the world be nighttime as well, because I get to design the lighting and everything around it. When it's just daytime, it is what it is. But at night, I not only get to design the structures and the buildings, but I get to also design the ambiance and the lighting that goes with the environments, which is why the levels that I've created read as well as they do. So, let's see. What do we want to do now? Oh, here's just a fun trick. To add a little bit more dimension to your homes. Now this is purely aesthetic, but take some black paint and a roller here, and we'll just pretend we have a door. And now it looks like we've got a door. You can also do it with signs and things like that. Let's see, if you, so as you notice, this is not purely black either. If we use GemSpark Wall, and we use the offline Diamond GemSpark, this guy, we can do the exact same thing. GemSpark's a super clean material, and then when you go to paint it, say black, it really is black. So now it really looks like a door you can really walk through, and we'll widen this up a little bit more. So now it looks like a whole other room to the house. But again, see how you can see like what was the Dynasty wall to the GemSpark. It's like a 80% gray to a full 100. So we'll just go back, knock in that, and make this fully black. So cool little tricks right there. It's fun. I also like doing the kind of having this up here because I do like adding books. I'm a big fan of books, so I kind of have to have books everywhere, and it's just nice filler, like these little top shelves, and you can put flasks up there, what have you, and then we'll just add that there. So let's see, we got plants as well. We'll grab a seaweed planter, just something nice here, something nice for the entryway again. Let's see, and then we did say we were going to make this a 2-story, so let's knock our little section here. Now, what I also like to do is, so I like using the Meteorite Brick for pass-throughs on floors. And why I like doing that is because, again, as you're flying around the base, and say like when we're here, it gets really hard to read. There's just so much stuff going on to where I've added these little bricks to where it's just like, oh, I can read those. A pass-through, that's a pass-through. Like right here, that's a pass-through. These are all pass-throughs. I know I can jump through here. it just makes it easier, and it also adds a glowing effect. So when you are running through, so like perfect example would be the ships as well. I have them everywhere in the ships, and that's to help me kind of guide my way through, and I know like, oh, that's a drop through, and I can still drop through here because I got 2 indicators that that's a whole pass through. Kind of strayed away from that when I came down here because I wanted the ship to look, I wanted the Typhoon class to look far more modern, not like pirate steampunk like I've done everything else. The space station and the nuclear subs I tried to make far more modern, but even here in just the sub pen, I have those little indicators showing me that like, hey, here's a edge of a wall right here, and here's another edge of a wall. This indicates that that's a full pass-through door. It just, again, you start to find a design language that works for you, that makes sense in your brain, and then you go from there. So let's see, we will take this, and let's see, we'll start here, 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 and then we'll just give these a single whack. So that way you can go right up in here, but if you say enter in from over here, just go right up, and then there you go. So we're going to build our second story, so we'll just do this, come across, and for this guy we don't need doors or anything, so we'll just add some glass, because we want some windows. We'll make this kind of like a little outpost at the moment, because quite frankly that's really all beginner bases are, they're little outposts. And we'll fill this in again. Alright, cool. And now we will, what do we want to do? Let's take a peek at the walls real quick. So let's grab one of these guys. So this is just going to be a wood wall. We're going to add a little bit of definition through here. So I want some structure through here just to make it look like the building's fortified a little bit more. And then run that through, and then we're going to do it on the bottom too. We'll add some molding down here. And this just also helps bring some of that visual lightness, kind of gives it a little bit more weight on the bottom. So just looking at this, this got a little too heavy in here now that I'm adding the coping and then the ceiling section. So we'll go through and we'll more than likely make that stone. Just to add even more structure there and to kind of emphasize the fact that that's a floor separation in the building. So, whoops. Just knock him away. Alright. And then let's grab some... Let's just grab some basic stone wall. Let's try to keep this as simple as possible. So we'll just run this through, and then there. Now we got a color separation, a little bit more structure, and then it reads better. So let's grab some glass again. Actually, there's some right there, and let's expand these windows out a bit. So now we got wraparound glass windows. Make this whole thing a top observatory. Hopefully we got the math right on this. Probably not, but we'll see. Well, looks like we may have gotten it. Not quite. Alright, well, that window's a little goofy, so the easiest way to do that, add some bookshelves. Kinda hides it. So If you're OCD like I am, you'll end up going back and fixing that. It's just kind of what happens. And then we'll add just a little decoration here and there. And then you are free to decorate this however you want. Add beds, add chests. Let's actually add some chests. Since this will be a little starter base, you'll have a workbench. So we'll just grab some gold chests and just place them down here. Then let's see. Grab the tinkers. We'll stick you there. And then just your average workbench. You know, let's just go straight OG and average. Let's see, right there. Boink. Grab a heavier one. So, kind of got our basics of what we need to start building. And let's add our roof. So we will bring this over. And what this is, what I'm using, is Blue Dynasty shingles. Now you have a color option. You have red and blue. But also don't forget that you can always paint them. So they do take to the paints a little differently. So you'll have to experiment with which ones work better for the color tone that you're preferring. But yeah, most of this game is just an experiment, so just give it a try, see what kind of works, what doesn't. We'll also add a kind of an indicator on the sides here, indicator on the side here. We will do a little gold, kind of like almost Chinese Asian style. Let's do that. And cool. And then you know what? Since that, we'll add just a little bit extra. Let's add another layer to this roof, and I'm gonna separate it in the middle. And I do that by just kind of eyeballing it. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll call it good there. And I am just going to run a gold platform through it. We'll knock that out, knock that out. Actually, we'll knock the two of them out. And we will go gold to, whoops. And again, I say gold. It's yellow team brick, yellow team brick, yellow team brick, meteorite, and meteorite. And since this is an automated home, we're going to run some mech through it so you can kind of see it, because we're on that next level. So let's see. That looks good. And we'll just leave it there. So yeah, that's your very simple team starter base. As you can see, once you start throwing enemies in it, let's see, let's grab. All the enemies should start showing up. Should. Of course, it's going to make me look bad. But anyway, they can't get through this. They can try all they want. Here they come. And the NPCs read this as a full wall. And that's the best part of designing doors like this, is with blood moons and eclipses. If you use the actual stock doors in the game, the zombies and those guys, they can knock at them a few times, and I think it takes like 4 or 5 knocks at the door before they bust it open. And next thing you know, you'll have enemies inside your base, and that's not good. So what I've done is I've created these electronic doors to where, as we'll go over again, they're just pick a material you're choosing, actuators, and 2 player activated pressure plates, and that's how they work. So once you just run through it, it's just nice and easy. Now the one thing you do have to worry about is periodically like tapping it, and now the door's open. See, like right there, the door is open. So the reason I like using glass is because it gives me that nice white highlight right there, and I can visually tell like, hey, this one's closed, this one's open. So you go back over and just kind of put your foot on it and open it up again and close it. So hope this helps, guys. Actually, let's do this as well. Let's run that over. So now that we're here, we're not constantly falling down. So that is a beginner starter base for me of what I kind of usually do, with just simple little outposts. You can make this as crazy as you want. Yeah, I mean, the imagination's all yours to do what you want. So I hope just this little technique kind of helps with the little identifiable features that just kind of help identify the build language and how I've been going about to start building all this. That same design language translates to, like, say, this home that I built over here. It's built the exact same way. I built this one for this guy. So come over and grab your money. But I built him a little house out here just because he's pretty much Scrooge and he doesn't like people, so I made him a house out here by himself. And again, little bedroom, you can decorate it however you want. Now internally, once you are in the house, you can use these doors. Just be mindful, like I did right here, to where if you put an object on the other side, you can't open it the other way. So, but you can also get creative with, like, having your fireplace here and like these cauldrons with, you can use the banners. I'm a huge fan of using the banners, almost like hanging fish, like you went and collected some fish and now you're cooking fish. Also, feel free to experiment with the size of your ceilings. It allows you to kind of place more objects and things like that. Also, let's put a Christmas tree in here, and you can get creative with how you decorate roofs as well. So, like, I took the time to knock these out and add some stone here because this is a snow biome, and I kind of gave them a nice, clean little terraformed backyard with a little backyard and things like that. On that same topic, we have over here to where you can go completely tropical with it. So, again, same doors everywhere. I made these nice and small because they just didn't need to be big. And you can do a double step up like this. Here's a perfect example of that door again, and I even did some black spots back here to help give it a little bit more depth. And for the bar feature, I have patios, and I also have, again, like this area, this is just purely a black painted wall. Again, it gives the depth that it gives the illusion that there's depth to it in a little hut, and then you can run some wall through here and hang your signs from it. It's just a kind of a clever way of adding more depth to a 2D side scroller. Like, once you've ended up doing kind of everything, kind of like I have in this game, you try to find newer ways of doing that. Again, down here's a perfect example, how to add more rooms in a submarine when it's only two-dimensional side scroller. So you have here, and then up here I did the same thing with the mess hall. The mess hall looks kind of like it goes back into the kitchen, and then you can grab your food from there. Let's see, what else can I show you guys that could hopefully help in the future? Oh, and this is a new city that I'm building over here. It's in the works at the moment, but I'm basically trying to do a very modern city. So all the high-end materials, electronic doors, ambient lighting. So this is kind of a furnished apartment of what I envision most of them kind of looking like. There'll be all kinds of different stuff, and then again, this kind of 3D, 2D painting the walls to give it that ability that it's further down. So, yeah, it's let's see, and then you get the blinking billboards. So, let's see, and then there's also a full club up here, so you can get really creative with your color tones, and then use the jump sparks. These are all jump spark. This is the alien, the Martian platform with the meteorite tables, and the little lava lamps that you can buy off the merchants and stuff. You can just get really creative with how you want to start placing these and kind of the atmosphere that you're looking to create. So again, I hope this helps, guys. I'll try to do a little bit more of these, go through how I do other builds, kind of like the space station and the whole space space center that I've added. So we have the full Apollo module up here with one pretty much on the platform. We have the lunar lander here, and then the test bed down here for the JPL section, where they're doing all the testing. So and then the little model rockets with the offices, and then the engine, the JPL section where you do all the F1 rocket engines for the spacecraft. So yep, just try to be a little bit more I'll just try to do these videos a little bit more often, since I know you guys have been continuing to ask for stuff, and yeah, hope this helps.